Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker, and time to time I get this question about maybe I'll build my own home. I can't find anything on the market that I really like, or I just want to have my own design, so I think I'll just buy my own house. So just to quickly at a high level address some of these things, this is what you're going to kind of be looking at. So I think that you're going to be building in an area that is maybe a little bit more affluent. If we look at Pickering area, I think you'd be lucky to get a good piece of land to build on for around $900,000. Now, if that property doesn't even have a house on it, your development fees are going to be really, really high. Call it maybe even north of $200,000. But say, for example, you do find a place for $900,000 that you're going to tear down, but it's not livable, but you already have the services there. So you're not going to have to pay that development fee because that residential house already existed. Now, you may not be able to get a mortgage on it because it's not a habitable property. So that means that you can't just go to a normal bank and put your 20% down and get a loan against it, because they just probably are not going to give you a mortgage on it. So there could be a chance that you might have to put down 35, 40% down payment. And you're seeing these very attractive rates right now at 4%, 5%. I don't think you're going to get those rates on this type of a property. You're probably going to have to get a higher rate. Maybe it's going to be 8%, 10%. So you got to be ready to be able to put more money down on it and be able to pay a higher interest rate. That's one part of the equation. The other part is that how do you actually fund a build? So let's use this example of you're going to be getting a property for about $900,000 that already has a house, but it's not habitable. So you're going to avoid a bunch of development fees, okay? Now, arguably, I would just estimate and say that you're going to pay around $400 a square foot to build a house. And if you're going to build a 3,500 square foot house, you're going to be spending about $1.4 million on building this house. And you are going to have some additional costs, let's just even call it $35,000 here and there. So very quickly, to build a 35,000 square foot house from scratch, you're going to be looking somewhere around 2.4, maybe $2.5 million. In the market that I'm in, where my house is at, basically, if I can compare it, a custom house like that was built maybe about 5 or 8 years ago would probably sell for somewhere around $1.9 million. So you got to think about being able to get a mortgage with maybe putting 20% or 30% down at $1.9 million versus going out and trying to buy a piece of land and getting some kind of high rate mortgage on it, plus being able to fund a construction loan, which you're going to have to put some money against it, which is going to be expensive. And if you have any kind of delays on your construction, well, your construction loan is just going to constantly cost you money on doing that. And for a similar type of product, you may be paying $400,000 to $500,000 more, but guess what? You'll get it the way that you want to get it. But overall, is it really worth it? I think that's something that you guys would really have to decide. And it's not just a financial thing. It is very, I don't want to say stressful, but it is time consuming for you to go through the whole building process. Because if you're going to be putting out that much money, I think you're going to want to be involved to a certain degree. So it's going to take a strain on you at the same time. Just at a high level, I've kind of gone through this process. I had an awesome builder working with me on it. So maybe it was a little bit less strenuous on me, but it is a big commitment for you to kind of do something like this. Now, there are a lot of other details to doing this. So you're going to basically be getting 2 loans, probably. You're going to get a loan for the property that you're going to buy, then you're going to get a construction loan. And how do you tie all of this in together? Well, eventually when the product is built, you're going to get an appraisal on the house, and then you're going to convert it to a normal mortgage. So there is a lot of process that you kind of go through to be able to build a custom home on your own, and not to mention all of the steps that you have to go through the city. So you need somebody that kind of knows the system, or you're going to get bounced around a lot trying to figure it out, which could also be very, very frustrating. I did a very small portion of some of this stuff, which was maybe have the utilities all disconnected, which is quite annoying. You're coordinating with gas, you're coordinating with hydro, you're coordinating with water, you're coordinating with Bell Canada. You got to make sure all of these things happen. And if you're not familiar with the timelines, I think our Enbridge cutoff on our gas took 8 weeks, and that really held back construction on the house because we couldn't get anything started. We couldn't put a shovel in the ground until Enbridge came over and disconnected. Now, if you guys are interested in going a little bit more in depth with this, I would be happy to invite one of our builder friends over, maybe have Verd over on a podcast. Let me know if this is something that you guys might find interesting if we dig down a little bit more on and provide you guys with more details. If you have any questions about this, because I've been through the process and I might be able to answer some more questions that are maybe geared specifically to your questions, my Calendly link is going to be below. I encourage you guys to click it. Not a lot of people around me want to talk about real estate, so I need you people. click the link. Let's set up a chat. I'd love to go over whatever your plans are, give you my input on it. Hope you guys liked it. Like it, share it. Most importantly, subscribe. Until next time, guys, remember one thing: get cabaning, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.